So I am making those videos trying not to make blunder, and unfortunately I blundered heavily in my games recently. Okay, so it's obvious position here. There's no need to stop the video. So of course the good move here is queen to h5 check. And now what? This bishop is won. Okay, this time something more serious. The position is more difficult, you have to calculate the moves. And now I want you to find the best move, and if you want you can stop the video now. Okay, so here you should play queen takes d7. I know it looks like exchanging queens, maybe it's not the best idea, but actually you will see that it was a very nice idea. Now it's the best to capture with the king, and then because of this move it was actually worth of playing queen takes, queen exchange, because now we won for free the bishop. Okay, and now what? The position seems complicated, but fortunately in this position I didn't make a blunder. So if you want you can take your time and stop the video now. So in this position the only good move is this knight d6 check. Okay, now let's flip the board and you play as black. He made a blunder here, so if you want you can think about the move and stop the video now. Of course black should play here rook takes rook, then knight takes rook, and then pawn takes rook at d4, and then pawn takes pawn. However, this seemed boring probably to my opponent, so he played like this, and he lost the game. Okay, here we have a very interesting position, and there is one move that gives white the decisive advantage, and I want you to find the best move, and if you want you can stop the video now. Okay, so this position is actually a false threat, because if white takes here, then black cannot take the queen on the d1 because of the check here. So the best here was to play like this check. Now exchanging the knight for the queen, and also winning a free bishop. In this position it was also possible to play something else, but it is a weaker move, and it was like this, but it also gives white advantage, but it's not as strong as taking directly here, because now it's check, white protects, and now again the same situation here with check, so winning the queen for the knight, so, and then again winning a pawn. Black also wins a pawn, and then there is a discovered check, and white won another pawn, so black moves to safety and rook also moves to safety. So this position maybe looks more interesting, but this sequence of moves was less strong than the previous one. Okay, let's take a look at this position. It is difficult, and here it's easy to make a blunder also, but there is actually a lot of moves that lead to equal game, but there is one move that gives white a slight advantage. Maybe it's not even an advantage, but gives white some edge. So it's at the moment it's impossible to win the queen. So you have to think about this, and if you want you can stop the video now. So here the strongest move is to play queen f5. Now after this sequence of moves there is queen's exchange, and white also wins a pawn. And here is another difficult position. I want you to find the best move here, and if you want you can stop the video now. Okay, so in this position white cannot win. White can only play for a draw. So to play for a draw he has to play like this. And now it's repeating the moves. Black has no better move than a repeat. Okay, there is another interesting position. I want you to think about the strongest move, and if you want you can stop the video now. So the strongest move here is it's queen c3, and now white can either escape with the rook or play something very unusual. So he chooses the second option to sacrifice the bishop, take the pawn with check. So the best bet is to capture this bishop, but now black comes with queen with check, attacking also this knight, but it is protected. Okay, so white opts for queen's exchange, and actually black has nothing better to do but to exchange the queens. So now white is better. White has 3 minor pieces and black has only 2. Also white has a passed pawn. Okay, in this position it is white's move, and there is only one move that isn't a blunder. Actually it gives black the advantage, but queen is under attack. White's position isn't very good, but there is one move that allows white to stay in the game. So if you want you can stop the video now. So the only good move in this position is queen d1. Everything else loses for white. Take a look at this position. What should white do? If you want, you can pause the video now. So here is checkmate in 2. Check. The only legal move for black is to take the rook. And now comes the queen with checkmate. And for the end I have the most difficult position. So you'd better think carefully and stop the video now. Okay, so here is checkmate in 5. Let's see the first version, because there are 2 possibilities of this checkmate. I mean, there are a lot of possibilities to checkmate him, but actually there are starting with 2 different moves. let's start with this. It's a first move. So now it's check, check, check. Now bishop moves to f6, and there is actually nothing black can do, so he might as well play pawn to a4, and now it's checkmate. Okay, and there is also another sequence of moves to checkmate. Instead of starting with rook to g7 check, we can also play rook to e6 check with the discovered attack, and it is, I would say, artistic kind of checkmate. Check, 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 and then it's sacrificing the rook. And now there is a very nice finishing move, checkmate with the bishop.